Hey guys, I am still just reflecting on our class and today and thinking about the timeline of things and where we're headed. So I thought something I should tell you that I didn't mention in class today is that by Sunday of next week, probably Sunday at the latest, the start of our next class, you are actually going to bring into class three possible ideas. That's the goal, is that you would bring in three possible ideas for what you'd like to write about for our first formal composition. If you remember from the start of the quarter, from last week when we were talking about the syllabus, there will be 3 sessions throughout this quarter. So session 1 starts next week. And that first day of class, we will share our developed ideas and help each other kind of choose or, affirm or confirm which one we want to work on for session 1. To remind you and just be repetitive, this quarter you will write 2 or 3 complete compositions, aiming for a total of 3,000 words across those compositions and 9 integrated sources. Those are just a few of our benchmarks that we're trying to reach. And yeah, so if that's the Sunday goal, can I clarify a little bit better what the Wednesday goal is? So today we modeled by looking at The Lion King and looking at that video about high schools. That was just practice and just good discussion for us to have. But we modeled the topic question answer format. So in the closing of class, I told you that I'd like you to come into our next class with some possible topics that you might like to focus your first composition on. What questions do you have about those topics? What developing answers do you have? What extending questions? This could look like the spider web brainstorm that we did on day 1. It could look like, you put your name in the middle and you branch out a handful of topics. And then you branch out from there a handful of questions, and from there a handful of answers and more questions or whatever. It could also look like a free write from top to bottom. It could also look like Post-it notes. It could look like you picking up your phone and recording some ideas, like a video or audio, anytime a thought comes to you. As long as you are spending some time between now and the next class period, coming up with some starts, some seeds for our first composition, that would be great. Because in our next class session, I'm going to just extend this a little bit further and give you guys time to get some clarity. So that way you come in next week with 3 refined ideas to choose from. Now, I think what I will also do is, 1 second. Okay, I've thought it through. I think I'm going to post a link below to one of my considerations videos. I have 3 considerations videos that support you reflecting on your topics and whether or not they're going to be suitable for the course. And if you'd like to speed that video up to 2 times playback speed so that you can just maneuver through the content quicker, that's totally fine. Do that. But that will give you, I think, the guidance that's most appropriate before we meet in class. I'll give you the other considerations when we meet in class again. That'll give you what you need to just refine everything throughout the end of the weekend. Just a quick note about those considerations videos. I recorded them many quarters ago, but they still in content should be really relevant to what we're doing. Just ignore if there's anything that seems outdated, like my hair. I don't know. Anyway, but I'm not ashamed. I'm just gonna be brave and share this content, and we're here to learn, and it'll be fun. Lastly, I want you guys to know that after class I went to e-learning and I set up an anonymous discussion board in Canvas where you can, I don't think you'll need to yet because I still have not started plugging anything into your gradebook, but you can negotiate the grading requirements that I showed you today that are now outlined in the syllabus. I want you to know that it's there for whenever you need it, and that it is anonymous to each other and it is anonymous to me. The idea is that you might have an idea about the grading requirements, but different people have different personalities and different obstacles to overcome. And sharing your ideas with me might be challenging. Sharing your ideas with others might feel too vulnerable, but doing that with the ability to not disclose your identity could be helpful. And other people might agree with you. So as soon as something pops up there, I will review it. I will think through the pros and cons of what you guys are suggesting, present it back to you, give some alternatives, give some options for voting depending on what you guys share. And maybe you won't negotiate, I don't know, but I want you to have that ability to have a voice in our grading practices. And I just wanted you to know that it's there, and that's what it's there for. And that if you don't do anything on that board anytime soon, I'll probably revisit it with you. I'll intentionally bring it back up after session 1, after some grades are actually recorded and some progress is visible in the class. That way you guys don't have to have it entirely on you to be the ones to start that conversation. So that is done. I hope that is reassuring and clarifying and helpful to you. And I hope you have a great break for the next couple of days. I hope you enjoy the space to brainstorm and think about how you might want to take an active role in designing this experience of English 101 for yourselves. And I wish you guys the best as you brainstorm. Reach out if you need anything.